thanks for joining us on another episode of Vision Angling. Tonight, myself and Ben come down to Southbourne again, trying for that ray. Hasn't really been producing fish as it should recently. Don't know why, but we've been a few times now hoping for that ray and it's come to nothing. So trying our luck again tonight. Picked an alright sized tide. Wind's in our favour. Yeah, just hope we winkle one out.
Yeah, it's a little bit hit and miss tonight, isn't it, with the rain. So we've got all of the wet weather gear. It's not saying we're due too much of a downpour, but judging by the look of the sky, I think we might be getting a little bit in a minute. But yeah, for myself tonight, I'm using my Century T900s, up and overs, pulley droppers. Just brought down sand eel, squid and bluey tonight. We've got a little bit of rag I'm going to put out on a third rod later on. Just hopefully winkle out a sole, maybe a little gurnard, something like that. But like I say, predominantly we're down here tonight to try and get a ray. Like George was saying, we've tried in a couple of marks and they just haven't really been as prolific as they have been in previous years. But we don't know if it's anything to do with the cruise ships. Like I say, in the intro there you may have seen that we've got a little shot of the cruise ships out there. They're dotted about all over the coast, and
seems to be since they've turned up. Don't know, we've had a lot of high pressure in the weather as well lately, so don't know if that's switched to fishing off, but it just seems a bit strange that since these ships have turned up, the fishing hasn't been what it should be for this time of year.
So yeah, the only benefit tonight, we've got a big moon, but we've got an overcast sky to hide it, so hopefully it stays cloudy but don't rain.
So we had a little bit just a minute ago, but it's not looking too pretty again behind us, so yeah, expecting another little shower.
Right, well, we're going to plug on, get another bait out there, and hopefully bring you back with some fish. Cheers.
Right then guys, just pulled in my first cast now. So we're down here fishing for ray really. Not too far out, there's a sandbar out there, probably about 80 yards. Just sort of trying to land it on the backside of that bar there. Hoping for, let's say, the ray. Pulled in my first cast. I managed to winkle out a little turbot. Fish probably about a pound or so. And so I don't know if you can see that there. He's taken a whole sand eel and half a squid. He's gone right down, he's took the top hook of the pennel and the bottom hook's still right down in him. So I'll try and get him back. If not, he'll be coming home for tea. Cheers.
Right, as George has just said there, we just pulled in our first cast now. Like I say, I chucked my third rod out, put a little earth rig on it. I've got a about 16-foot snud length, just from my 3 studs coming off. Like I say, lovely little plaice. So ideally I want the sole, but I knew I was going to get one of these just before the sun went down, so fingers crossed we can get into the sole on this rig. And yeah, more importantly, hopefully we bring you some ray. Right guys, like I say, I think we're on about a third cast now with the ray baits. Like I say, I've been putting them out at different ranges and stuff like that. I've just put out a sand eel and squid wrap. Put it out pretty far. Saw a nice little pull down on me rod. Just the one, pulled into it, didn't feel like there was nothing on there. And lo and behold, got the first ray. Tiny little baby. Like I say, absolutely beautiful fish. Don't know if you can quite see that there. Absolutely lovely little baby ungulate. Cracking little fish. I say I'm not even going to bother to weigh it. It's probably £1.5, £2. But yeah, going to go and get this one back. Hopefully we can get on to a few more. See you in a bit.
Right everyone, ray fishing's been pretty slow to say the least. I've had nothing. I had that small turbot on my first cast. Ben had his small ungulate and a plaice. Apart from that, bites being few and far between. So I decided to set up my little scratching rod, put up a 3-hook loop rig, a little bit of worm bait Ben brought down, and managed to winkle out a sole. Not a very big fish, but a fish is a fish when fishing slow, I suppose. I don't know if you can see that on the side. Looks like he's got a bit of an infection or something going on. Not in the best of health, this one, so I'm going to get him back quick. Hopefully he survives. Funny enough, on this one, top hook on the 3-hook clip down, or 3-hook loop rig, sorry, with a yellow pop-up. Just a small one, 6mm. I've had quite a lot of my sold this year on the yellow pop-up. But what I'll do is I'll get this one on, get him back, like I say, give him a fighting chance. And I'll get you back and we'll talk about this rig in a minute. Cheers. So right then, like I said, come back to this rig. One that I use on clean beaches down here, scratching, plaice, sole, close-in work. Can also be used at distance because the ability to clip it down. It's just a pretty simple 3-hook loop rig. Just say I've got on the top snood there, a couple of little beads, Gemini spring, swivel, short snood with a little 6mm pop-up, all anchored into place with a couple of little stop knots, and that's about it really. Second snood, same again, couple of little beads, a Gemini spring onto a cascade swivel, another short snood. On this one I've just got a little rubber bait stop, and it's a luminous one, this one. And then down onto the bottom, which is, I'll get that up for you, sort of fixed just above the weight, a little bit of sliding room there. Again, couple of beads tied down with a stop knot, and then along probably 2.5 foot bit of snood. I think it's 20-pound amnesia, that one actually. Onto a cascade swivel again with a shorter bit of snood, 6 inches long, down onto some small size 2 camisans, and that's about it. Yeah, it just works really well. Say, be fished at distance, fish close in. You haven't got to clip it up if you don't want to, and find it really effective. Say, most of the sole I've had this year on this particular rig actually, I say, I've all taken the top hook with that yellow pop-up. Don't know what it is, but it seems to have fished really well. Could be something they're into, I don't know, but you know, keep trying. Cheers. Right, say still not much happening. Bogey rods are producing a little bit now. Just pulled myself in. Lovely little place. Lovely sandy colour, this one. Orange spots, not quite as bright as you see on some, but worm bait's close in. This one was literally just at the end of the groin. Yeah, that's all that's happening for us at the moment really. So get them unhooked and get them back. Cheers.
Right, it's going a little bit slow today, to be honest. We were hoping to get a few more ray on the flooding tide, but I had that one small little undulate ray, and that's been it, to be honest. We've been persevering with the third rods and the worm baits. I changed over from the earth rig and I've just gone onto a 3-hook clip down, and just pop that one out. Give myself a nice little sole. Say nightmare. Strong little fish, no matter how big they are. But I say we've got this one unhooked, so I'm going to go and get this one chucked back and hopefully get a slightly bigger one.
So guys, say scratching rods keeping us busy again. Just managed another little sole. Worm baits, same rig, not too far out. Literally just an overhead thump at the end of the groins, and it seems to, well, it's keeping us busy anyway. So get him unhooked, get him back, see if we can't get a bigger one. Cheers.
Right, just going to do a little bait up now. Going to do a squid and bluey wrap. Like I say, I've just popped on a little bit of bluey on there. And what I'm going to do with this, it's on the other prong. Just going to weave on one side of the squid there, so it's hanging like that for a second. And what I want to do, just carefully cut open the mantle there. You see that there, it's all hanging down. And then what we'll do is we'll start wrapping that bluey. So we wrap the bluey inside the squid there. Just quickly grab a bait elastic. Just chuck a couple of turns on there just to hold it for a sec. You see on there, I've left the head on there. Don't know if any of you noticed, but when you like cut the heads and stuff off of the squid, they're full of ink. So all I tend to do is cut the tentacles off, especially on night sight tonight when you know you're trying to get a little bit more distance to sort of get out. The wind is playing up a little bit tonight, so now what I'm going to do is make sure that that head, you can see there, look, absolutely covered in ink. So we'll just make sure that that head gets whipped on nice. I say for the elastic I'm using the Tronics Pro, the Batex. This one I believe is the fine, which to be honest when you're doing sort of wraps like this is a little bit too thin. You can quite easily sit there and have to find the end of the bait elastic 4 or 5 times over, you know, and it can get a bit annoying. Right, I'm going to leave that like that for a second. Like I say, you can see it dripping absolutely everywhere. Grab me hooks. As usual, any of you that watch the other videos, Sakuma Top Gun 6.0. Just going to nick that through there. Make sure that it's standing nice and proud. And carry on whipping round. Once you've got your main hook in, you don't need to whip too much. And all I will do is around here is whip diagonally a lot from that area there. You find that once you pull your hook off, it just pulls the bait a little bit more onto the bend of the hook. So just slide that out there. You can see there, look, it's pulled the head and that around, keeping that hook point nice and proud. And so that's a sort of it's a good way of getting quite a big bait. Pretty streamlined for quite a good cast, I'll say. All sits nice, absolutely dripping with juice. Fingers crossed that can't find us that undulate. Right, I've lost count now on how many sole and little plaice we've had. And so the little 3-hook rigs and stuff like that, they've been going mad all night. Just put this one out, it's probably been out there 5-10 minutes. A lovely little pull, pulled it back in, as you can see. greedy little buggers had both my snuds. So, safe to say he wasn't coming off. But yeah, one of them I had earlier on, I was pulling in, had a nice little double shot on there, and one of them come off as I was pulling it in. But yeah, we've had loads of fish tonight on the worm baits, but the ray baits just haven't been playing ball. But probably should got like another maybe 1-2 casts, and then we're gonna call it a day. The rain started coming in now, and wind's picking up. It's getting a little bit annoying. It's a horrible side wind, so it's one of them. You know, we could fish through it, but we come down here predominantly for rays, and we haven't had any bar that little undulate. So yeah, that's probably my last cast now on the worm bait, and my last cast now out on the rays. So we'll wait and see how we get on.
Right guys, we are literally just packing up now. I've been sat on quite a big bait for the last 45 minutes probably, just waiting for that tide to start ebbing. I've sort of had enough, to be fair. You say a big old bluey bait, the squid on the side of it. Sat on it for ages, just pulled it in. Managed to find myself a little butterfly. Another beautifully marked little fish. I don't know if you can quite see that there. But yeah, it was hard going all night. But this one sort of made up for it right at the very end. So I'm going to get a little still of it and then chuck him back, and that'll be us done. Cheers.
Right, so that's the end of our session tonight down at Southbourne. I say we both managed to winkle out one ray each in the end, but it was a slow night all around, to be honest. I say we had a lot of sole, a few plaice, but it was pretty quiet, to be fair. Not a lot happening, was there, George?
No, it was a very quiet evening, to be fair. We say still not quite sure what's going on out there, but it just it isn't fishing like it should. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it really.
I would like to know if any other people have got the ships and stuff out by them and they're finding any sort of problem similar. So it seems to be all of the beaches that we normally fish sort of locally that have got the ships out in front of them, they're just not fishing how they should, especially this time of year. But
yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think.
Yeah, definitely. And until the next time, take care.
Take care. Cheers.